Floral design has essential tools needed to create beautiful bouquets. In today's market, it is important to look for quality. Floral designers of all skill levels need the assurance of the best quality products. Environmentally friendly products are key. And if they're made in America, well, say no more. I present all that in one tiny package. The original, authentic, American-made wired wood pick. From the W.J. Coe Company, the wood pick experts. So this week, we'll discuss the Coe wood pick. Simply put, Coe wood picks are the best you can buy. It's a high-quality wood pick that won't splinter or break. There's a patented process called wire lock that keeps the wire intact and attached to the pick. You know, Coe invented the wire pick and has been manufacturing this authentic, original wood pick for over 100 years. There's different types of wood pick, and be aware that there's imitations out there. But only Coe pick has the red rubber band stamped Coe. If you're using a pick that breaks or a wire that comes off and it's driving you crazy, the fact is that's not a Coe wood pick. Coe is made in the USA in an environmentally responsible way. All wood is purchased from suppliers who practice responsible forest management right here in the U.S. Coe recycles virtually all of the production waste to provide necessary energy for the manufacturing facility in Berlin, New York. The green dye on the picks is non-toxic and biodegradable. When you're talking about those other products, the imitators in the market, there's no guarantee what's on those picks. Are they non-toxic? I don't know. Are the paints free of heavy metals? Who knows what kind of other potentially scary stuff is on those wood picks? Why would you put yourself or any of your valuable design staff at risk by using cheap imitations that aren't Coe picks? Besides making wired picks, Coe also makes double-ended picks. This is one of my favorite products. I like the versatility of being able to use a pick that's sharpened at both ends. Remember that they also come in an attractive stained wood and also in green. This brings up my trick of the week. I love using this type of product when I'm using fresh fruit in my floral designs. At Christmas time, when we're using apples, it's great to use the double-ended wood pick. My favorite trick is to dip the wood pick in oil of clove. Because these are non-toxic and biodegradable and all natural, we can place that pick directly into our apple. What happens is the oil of clove actually seals where we penetrated the wood pick, keeping the apple fresh for weeks. We'll use these apples in today's project. I'd also like to tell you a little bit about the Coe decorative stones. The decorative stones come in a wide variety of colors, over 30. They're made from quartz and also marble aggregates. There's also a product that's ground up shells. It's a design accent that can be used in water, on top of soil, or to cover foam. Tablescaping, like last week, when we created that wonderful Zen centerpiece, that's a great use for Coe decorative stones. Also, we can glue these on anything. With over 30 colors available, there's a color for every occasion, season, or special event. All the decorative stones come in convenient bags, separated by color, so you can choose the ones that'll be best for your next party or special event. I've been completely infatuated with the new color sticks from Coe. They come in great fashion colors, and they're great for parties or special events. It's a colorful design element, using the high quality and consistency of the authentic Coe pick as a decorative accessory. It's great added value when it's used as an exposed mechanic. The important thing to remember is it's not fully color fast, so be cautious when you use it in water. Or for that matter, you can use that as an opportunity to cash in on the new color-watered craze. It's a non-toxic dye, so it's not going to harm any of the flowers or plants when you insert it into the soil or the water. Let's show you a couple examples of this new product in use. The color sticks are the same quality wood stake that we're used to getting from Coe. They've been impregnated with wonderful colors. We can use those stakes inside a vase to give us other color. But notice how I've used a secondary vase inside so that I've placed my wood picks in between the outside vase and the inside vase. That allows me to still have water inside there and place my floral product inside. That's one great idea. Another way for me to use the color sticks is to bind them together and place a bouquet holder in the end. This is going to make a decorative handle for a bridal bouquet. I want to continue to use my rubber band because that ensures that it's going to hold tight around the bouquet holder handle. The bouquet holder handle is simply slid down inside. I can cover those rubber bands with some ribbon and a little bit of hot glue. I use the hot glue on the outside, not on the rubber band itself, placing my decorative ribbon over the top. I can arrange my bouquet as normal and just slip it in here as a decorative handle for the bridesmaid. Or let's take a look at using the color sticks incorporated with another great product from our friends at Flowercraft. These are the designer dots. I simply poked holes into the designer dots and glued my color sticks into that, placing another one on top into correlating holes there. This makes a great pedestal and almost reminds me of a birdcage, which leads us into our project for this week. We're going to create a decorative birdcage using the new color sticks from Coe Woodpick. I used the cake form from Artesia and I cut it into two sections. Notice that my top is about 1/3 of the foam and my bottom is 2/3 of the foam. I simply used my bullion wire and pulled that through the cake form to cut it like this. Then I placed 4 of the orange color sticks equal distance apart into my form. A convenient way for us to think about that is placing one here and one directly across from it. Then we can split that difference and go to either side. Then it's easy for us to go in between those and in between these. That's the easy and convenient way to get them evenly dispersed all the way around, always going halfway in between the last 2 dots. I attached 2 stakes across the top of my 4 initial placements. This is going to hold my top in place. We'll set that on top of this and line up those 4 placements and push our foam down onto the top of the armature. We'll be able then to trim off these color sticks and continue to make placements for the rest of the cage. In between, in between, between. I'm going to leave this little area exposed so that I'm able to make my final placements in here. We can add a couple in there last to make sure that everything looks okay. So we'll leave that area exposed for right now. Now let's trim off our 4 armatures as well. I also want to trim off the tops of the other stakes I placed in the sides of the cage. Remember that it doesn't have to be an exact science because we're going to cover this with flowers. We'll start with a great color product that has that same vibrant color as our color sticks. This is called Color Fresh. It's a painted tree fern from the brilliant people at Fern Trust. We're going to add a collar of the green Color Fresh around the base to ground our design. Gathering several pieces of the Color Fresh together and sharpening them with my knife and placing them all in together helps us save precious time and creates a wonderful, even distribution of the product. We'll continue to do that all the way around. There, we've completed the collar. That chartreuse green Color Fresh around the base is going to make all of our colors pop even more. We'll use a few pieces like this at the very end in the top of our bouquet to continue that down to the bottom. That keeps continuity together. Now we can add some beautiful solidago. We're following that same collar around our birdcage form. We're making sure to cut the solidago shorter than we did the Color Fresh so that it's still exposed. On the top, we'll use the solidago in a more random pattern. Now it's time for our Euphoria roses. This is a wonderful variety called Suella. Use them on the top and the bottom. We'll add a bit of alstroemeria. Cutting the stems of the alstroemeria very short and placing it directly into the foam. When we're working with a design like this, being able to cut them very short, it allows us to place them right on top of the foam and give them more impact. Let me show you exactly how I'm cutting the alstroemeria. I'm taking the alstroemeria and cutting it very short, right below the flower itself. I'm still giving it an angular cut, and that will allow me to place that directly into the foam. I have the ability, of course, to still place them long on a stem as well. But that's a fun way to use this as a basing technique. It also adds depth to the floral design by extending some stems and using other stems close and right on top of the foam. We'll add a few of those longer stems on the bottom as well. We'll put our topper in now so it can give us an idea of how the whole form's coming together. Now would be a great time for us to add the apples. By placing the wood pick directly into the apple, I can trim it to a desired length and place it directly into the bouquet. The great part about the Koei wood pick is as it absorbs the moisture from the artesia, it will swell and hold that securely in place. You can use one a little bit taller. We'll add a couple more around the base. The addition of fruit to our design increases the texture and gives our eye a place to rest, especially when these apples have that same great color as the orange color sticks. We'll bring some green hypericum in around the other flowers. Just like the Color Fresh, the green hypericum adds that chartreuse green color that makes the other colors bubble up. Leaving some length on our hypericum as well gives that additional foliage the opportunity to break up the texture of the Color Fresh at the bottom of the design. Now remember how we left our little window in here? We can add some of the Koei decorative stones for the bottom of our birdcage. We'll accent those with another yellow color in the quartz. So we have two variegating textures on the bottom of the birdcage. Now it's time to add our two additional stakes. We slide those through our top and into the bottom foam. Placing them side by side, we'll trim off the remainder that's exposed at the top. That'll keep people wondering how we got those rocks inside there. It's time for our finishing touch with the ribbon. I have this great ribbon that has a little bit of a tie-dye effect, and then a green sheer in two separate widths. Here's another great opportunity to use our color sticks to insert our ribbon. We just push it directly into the foam. Taking our stick and pushing it directly into the foam. We can let a piece extend down and maybe even weave it through one of our cage rods. Ta-da! Our fun floral birdcage with floral accessories and fresh fruit, courtesy of our friends at Coe Pick. Let me show you a couple more things you can do with the wonderful color sticks. We can create an armature just like this, simply by tying the color sticks together using decorative wire. This armature, placed over the top of an open dish with water in the bottom, can allow us to drop flowers directly into that. Let's use a few of these Ger-spiders. The color stick armature holds them right in place. Or maybe we can use them as a decorative accessory at a reception. This topiary form can already be created with matching flowers around the base. We walk in and drop our bridal bouquet into place. It's a great way for us to create decorative bouquet holders that can be used at receptions. Any way you cut it, color sticks add creativity to anything we do. It's a great green solution from the people at Coe. Today, we learned about creative new products from the W.J. Coe Company, our color sticks that helped us create our fun project, and the designer stone collection, color-fast stones that could be used in water or on top of foam. But it all started with the Coe wood pick, the original, authentic wired wood pick. Don't accept a cheap imitation. Don't take the risk. American-made Coe picks set the standard for green companies in America. This week, our special thanks go out to W.J. Coe, the creators of the original and authentic wood pick, and the trend-setting color sticks and new decorative stones. Until next week, keep having fun with flowers.